stream works. It doesn't seem like it is, and of course that happens fairly often in my in my YouTube world lately, at least, and trying to figure this out. So let's see. Okay, looks like I'm live. Let me see. Can you guys see me? Please say yes. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Anita. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Tracy and Kathy and Kiwi and Donna. And let me see who else. I think I have everybody, right? I think I did. Okay, yay! You can see me. Woohoo! So, let me restart. Hello, everyone. This is Maria with mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another paper crafting video. Haha. Oh my goodness. Okay, I am really trying. I know Kiwi's magic wand seems to have worked really well. I am trying to look for another streaming software. So if you have any suggestions, I will love to hear from you. Maybe via email. You know, it is Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com, because I am definitely struggling with this one. It doesn't seem like I have a lot of options to work with, and I feel very like limited. I really was used to the one that I had been using in the past. To be honest, that was very good software, but it's just really much more expensive, right? This is free, so it can't be that one. But that one, the other one's like $65 a month, and so it's really on the expensive side. So I am thinking I can invest a little bit, but not that much, and we'll see how that evolves. So again, if you have any suggestions for a streaming software, I would appreciate those. Just Oh, Adrian, happy birthday to you. I have been really bad friend. I've not been keeping up on dates or anything else. It has been kind of like a weird season. I have to tell you guys, I think I was talking, I don't know if it was Carrie. Who was I talking to? And I was letting them know, like, so my team has been, let's see, when I started, it was a very big team. Then it was divided, and there's been usually like 6 people in my team. At some point, one of our coworkers left, and we just never replaced that. And then we went from 5 to 3. One of them is in maternity leave, so she'll come back eventually. And the other one, she is married to a military, and their spouse was they were sent somewhere else, and so that, you know how it goes, there goes the family with them. So bottom line, it has been quite a very busy season, and I don't even remember my name. Sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness. So I was telling everybody that, I think it was Adrian. Was it you, Adrian? That last Tuesday, like, I had things ready to go, and then it was when I realized it was like 5:30, 5:40, and I'm like, okay, no, forget it. I can't. Let's not think I'm going to be able to do this with just a short time frame. So here we are today, and I'm very excited. I know that you've probably seen all the many good things that Stampin' Up! Has been offering. See, it was Adrian. Has been offering nowadays. They have, you know, an upcoming online release, no, the mini catalog release. I don't know if it's been released yet, guys. I can't keep tabs. I give up on that. I am the worst demonstrator ever. So if you buy from me, it's because you're very nice. And I appreciate that, because I am really bad at keeping up with all those things. There was a time when I started doing this that I had a whole lot more space during the day, like, you know, actually take a lunch and do that, you know, kind of look into that stuff. But that has not been done lately. And I really apologize to those of you that have been buying from me, and that I have been a little bit silent. I am, so I guess the way to say this is I was really trying to kind of face back, not back out completely, but like face back out a little bit, because it was crazy, and then now it was too crazy, and so I'm just trying to re-engage slowly without like overwhelming myself, because I don't not be work for anybody, but and also without, you know, going crazy in expenses, but being able to keep up with some of, you know, the news, and help everybody. I mean, I like the fact that when we are here, we all have like a really nice discussion about what's out, what's new, and I think it's really open, and I love that. So, anyways, let's see. I have I know I posted on Facebook. I know not a whole lot of people. Oh, not everybody that comes to here is on Facebook, is what I'm trying to say. But I did finish this. So this is and right. This is called, and I forget again, Nature's Surprise. Oh goodness, it's so funny. I forgot the name of this kit. I don't know why. I just can't keep up with the name of this kit. Maybe it's here. Oh, I have it here. That's good news. It is called Nature's Paint and Kit. So it just bring a little. It's kind of like just a little notebook with several paintings, and they have quite a good variety. It brings 2 of each, which is nice, and even like some white, just plain white options for you to color. So of course it has some Christmassy, some more wintry kind of setting, fall, and then there's, you see, there's, you know, kind of like late summer. That's why I associate the sunflowers with. Anyways, they have just, it's a really cool kit. It brings one of the painters, so one of these, and it brings a little box with, I want to say 8 or 10 of our watercolor pencils. So because you know me guys, I am very open. I tried the watercoloring and it just did not work well for me. I don't know what happened. I'm not a watercolor master. I have done some watercoloring, but it just did not wanted to do what I wanted to do. So I decided that I wanted to see how it went with just trying with blends. And I think that because this is just if I am not mistaken, this is our heavy cardstock, and so it really took the blends really well. It is not Carrie, it's a regular white heavy white cardstock. So I really liked it. Like you can tell, somebody came and talked to me, and I let the blend fall, and there it is. I guess we'll have to look for a good, I don't know, some embellishment to put in there, but just it at all, it's beautiful, it's easy to work with. And I just asked on Facebook, you know, if people were interested in it, and we can learn how to color together. So however it works best, guys. I'm still trying to decide the details. If you hear a right, Adrian, if you hear like a weird knocking on the door, is one of the dogs trying to come in. She's late, so she can't be here, but she's not very happy with that. With that decision. Oh, thank you, Carrie. I did. It was not a very long one, but I was pretty lucky because, and we've had this discussion, and I will move on into the project here in 2 minutes. I did this with our Calypso Coral, and my Calypso Coral having that day like 4 colors, and I have told you guys that sometimes like one of the, you know, ends of the color has a darker color or a lower, you know, a lighter color, and that's how it worked, and it worked really, really well. So I was very pleased with it. But anyways, I am thinking about that. We'll see how that really evolves. This may be an option for my class that we had a while back. I just had not been able to come back with an option that does not infringe copyrights or all that good stuff, right? And so I don't want to be, you know, kind of mess it up. So Pam is asking if Copics will work on them, and yes, it does. These are blends. These are just our alcohol blends, but you can see it. But yes, you can totally use Copics in here if you want to do that. And Elizabeth saying she missed the classes. I miss the classes very much. I enjoyed it a lot. So it's one of those things that I'm very sad that I had to stop just because of the, you know, just how to maneuver the whole who has what stamp and that kind of thing. So I wanted to bring something before I move on. Okay, so we are going to do today, I have to tell you guys, this is a super fun card. You're going to like it. It's a it is a interactive card. It's a pop-up card, really. It's a lot of fun. And I know that we've had this discussion in the past of how bringing some stuff here, how you know, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I saw that whatever new product Stampin' Up! Is putting out is similar to something else, right? Or it has some similarities. And so I was like, yeah, that's not cool, whatever. And now I'm thinking that they probably do that in also in a way so you don't have to buy it all, right? Yes, that. So Carrie is asking for the kit. It is called almost Nature's Painting Kit. It is really cool. And so I bought, so I have to tell you, this is one of the workshops from the new line that Stampin' Up! Is having, right? The new kind of scrapbooking line, sorry. And it is called Everyday Happiness. And I didn't get the whole workshop. I just got the paper because I have to tell you, this color combination of Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon and Wild Wheat is probably one of my favorites, right? I have to tell you guys, I really like it. There's some like vintage feel to it. I don't know, I love it. This is pretty similar to that kit that we made the camera from for the workshop with it, I don't know, in the summer before I went to Costa Rica to see my niece. And so the only difference is that included Calypso Coral. Yeah, I think it was either Calypso Coral or Fleur Flamingo and Petal Pink. And oh my gosh, I absolutely loved that one. I know you know because we've talked about it endlessly. But I saw this and I'm like, okay, I gotta have it. Actually, I like this paper a whole lot more than some of the other papers that, you know, I guess some of the other designing series paper that is in the mini catalog, for those of you who have seen it, and I honestly like fell in love with it. So this is the paper that we're going to be using. Most likely we're going to be using some of the stickers. I am a sucker for stickers, guys. I can't deny that. I love having elements to play with, which is one of the reasons why I like the workshops, the scrapbook workshop so much, because you have other elements to decorate, and it really helps when you want to put like a really good card or a really fancy card or whatever, a simple card, and you just have to add a few elements here, a few elements there, already cut, they're already done, right? Like it's very easy. So coming with that, I was actually going to show you something and I didn't work. So all this yada yada, because I remembered when I saw this flower, I remembered artistically inked. And this is not exactly the same flower, obviously, but they match fairly well, right? And so I figured we can totally use these artistically inked stamp set, which has a really, really beautiful, whoops, I have a mess in here, guys, so don't pay attention to it. It has a really beautiful option, like dice option. This is probably like 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years old. And so you guys can see here, I love this one, and I absolutely love this one. So this is funny, guys. I hope nothing happens, but my daughter is calling, so why not, right? So I'll answer back to her in here in a minute. So so this is the stamps that we're going to be using, and this is the other, the other piece we're going to be using, and it is this post brick embossing folder. As you guys can tell, I tend to really damage my stuff. I don't know what I do. I know that Kiwi was asking the other day, I did one, and Kiwi was like, what are you doing to those things? And I was like, I don't know what I do. So I am just texting my daughter real quick that I'm in a video, so she doesn't like freak out what's happening. So those are the elements we're going to be using. The other like big piece that we're going to be using are the layering squares. I have them here because we're going to be using, I should stop talking and start crafting. We're going to use these. I found the name, it's Stylish Shapes, and they are actually still available on the Stampin' Up website. So I was very excited about that. Okay, let's get started, guys, because we don't have a whole lot of time. I have everything in here just as always, and all the measurements will be down below after the video. So we're going to start with two pieces of, this one is 6 by 6, and this one is 6.5 by 6. I think actually this one is 6 3/4, and I did a little bigger. I don't even know why, but we can measure that. Yeah, see, 6 3/4, but I mean 6.5 will do, right? Because this is going to be a 6 by 6 piece, and I just did not have any. Hey Mary, how are you? I just did not have any 12 by 12 Pretty Peacock pieces, and so I'm like, we'll just do this and it'll work just as well. You can do this however you want. Just remember, I don't like to see this, right? And so my thought process is always, I can put it inside or make it like this, and this is the front, and then this will be covered. Now, one of the easiest way to disguise this a little bit is to kind of cut these corners, right? And that will make it a little better. So I'm throwing those out there. So however you choose to do this, I'm going to do this because it's probably easier, and then this will be our front, and that way it will be not noticeable because it will be covered. Let's go ahead and adhere these. And I have a combination here, guys. It's just funny, right? I have had like a lot of tear and tape, and you guys know how much I like tear and tape for some of these interactive cards. And so I'm going to use the tear and tape for this one. It can be glue. You guys know it can be whatever works best for you. I'm running low on a few things. One of them is glue, which is a problem, and the other one is tear and tape in this side. I had bought a while back that like the thicker one that Stampin' Up doesn't sell. I really like this one, especially if you're into bigger kind of crafts, right? Like mini albums and stuff. Sorry, guys. So for these, just do it simply. I'm aligning this as best as I can, and then I will just like hit this in here, And there we go, right? We just managed to put it. Always remember that if you put it right into the line, it will cause problems, and you have to always leave it a little bit behind. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate, or at least add the front, the first 2 layers of the front, and then because once this is all built up, you'll see it's going to be very difficult to work. I'm going to bring my bone folder, guys, and we're going to go in here. So let me go again. This one piece is 6.5, and the other one, so 6.5 by 6.5, and the other one is just 6 by 6. Now I have been debating, so I just want you to know that that has been a true statement. So initially my thought process was, I want these to have my flowers. I really, really like these flowers, and we are going to need a belly band for this. You can probably use something else, like just like a tying, you know, like a ribbon or something to tie. I have decided that I like better. Okay. Guys, for whatever reason, my streaming on my computer stopped. Are you seeing me? Just let me know if you guys are seeing me, please. So I really like these flowers. I want them, and I decided that this was going to be the thing, right? And then I figured I'm going to bring, you know, something here for my for the belly band, and we're going to just decorate here. But then, okay, thank you, Donna. I went back and I was not sure. So I decided that I wanted this, and let me show you so you guys have an idea. So, and instead of that, and we'll build his belly band here in a minute, but this will be the belly band. I'm just going to put it like that, and this is going to go on top. And I thought that looked better. So I'm going to go with this. I think I'm going to have to build this card both ways and see which one I like better at some point. But so we're going to add these two here, and then we're going to move on and work on the inside. And I'm actually going to bring the glue, just because it's a little faster. And of course, I should have sit down and check in that everything was working, and I didn't. But that's okay, guys. I know you forgive me. It's, yeah. Actually, I was done by 5:10. I was done, and then I was really like, okay, I really need to like sit down and look at this software issue, right? And I started looking at softwares, and then I realized it was 5:30, and then I have to come around here, and then I realized I had to go to get the chickens. So all that happened between 5:17 and like 5:40, which is the reason why our live today started a little later. I'm telling you guys, life has taken a way of its own. By the way, Carrie, I still have that email. I have not answered. I will answer that today. I promise. It's been on my to-do list, and then I get just really confused with something, or really busy with something else. And yeah, so we are going to add both of these layers, and we're going to go from there. If you don't have, so I am a sucker for some of these more vintagey, is that a word? Vintagey? Vintage colors. And that's where these 3D embossing folder really works well. I really, really like it. Okay, so there we are, first two. And now we're going to go to the inside. The inside is going to be very simple, and we're going to do the same two things. So I have everything cut up here, but I have been debating, as you guys, a lot of things. I have been debating if I want this and this one here, or if I just want white, right? So kind of like going back. So just having this one here. And I've not made totally my mind, to be fully honest. So I think I just like this piece of paper too much, and so I want this, but I don't know if it's going to be like I want it to be exact. I don't know what's the right word I'm looking for, but no matter what, I think I'm gonna go with the white, guys. We'll go from there. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have to build another card in just to go with this. This is pretty funny. One of the reasons, and I'm gonna say this by the way, one of the reasons I don't prefer oops, the whoa, and then it got like, oh, not working. How does that happen, guys? One of the reasons that, okay, give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm looking for my very long needle thingy that helps me unplug. And I don't even know it was working well, so I'm not sure what happened there. But here we go. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a few of those. Ah, there it goes. One of the reasons, whoa, why I don't prefer, and that is a true statement, to use embossed papers when we are building interactive cards. It's because it's a little harder to get everything to glue correctly. And so even if for example, I actually find that you have to use kind of a combination between the tear and tape and glue for it to actually glue well and, you know, do the job. And I know interactive cards tend to, you know, you really need things to be well glued. So it works well and it just doesn't fall apart, right? I forgot to tell you guys, this is a card I found on Pinterest. And here in a minute or two, actually, let me do that before I forget. I'm gonna put the pin from this lady in there. It's a short, but she did a really good job at putting the measurements there, and so it's really easy to follow. I have to tell you, I mean, I just transferred to inches. Did not a whole lot of changes to it. I did not even think of changing it to 4.5 by 5.5 by 4.25. Mainly, and I'll tell you, mainly because in the end this is going to be really thick, and so this is one of those cards that I really think you'll do better either sending in a like in a package, and or just giving it by hand. Or if you don't mind paying, then that's fine, right? So but just in case, that's why I decided not to change it, not to change the measurements. I think that you will be, you'll see how it looks like. I think that you will be able to change it starting with the smallest of the boxes that we're going to make here. So I'll explain what I mean. Okay, so in case you were wondering, these pieces, the white wheat, not white wheat, sorry, I've been cooking too much. The wild wheat, it's 5/7 by 5/7, and the white ones are 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So there you go, and you see how it's already getting thick, right? So definitely we're going to need a belly band for these, and it's just going to grow. Like, it's not going to be on the small side. I do have to say though that I was very mindful, and you'll see in the other card, I didn't even add double layers to the boxes, and we're going to go ahead and start the boxes, and that is the biggest piece. So this is a piece of wild wheat, and it measures 5.5 by 7 3/8. Yeah, Kiwi say, you're funny, Kiwi. Um, to say that send in the mail using Maria's postage like at a rate of $37. And I know it's really, really expensive. Okay, so this piece, like I was saying, is 5.5 by 7 3/8. And we are going to align the 7 3/8 towards the top in the trimmer, and we're going to start scoring. And we're going to start scoring at 5/8. And then I have my cheat sheet here, guys, you know. And then I will move to 3 3/8. So let's go ahead, move there, 3 3/8. And then we're going to move to 4. Okay. 6 3/4. Let me open this up so you guys can see better. So 6 3/4, and that's it. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to score these in half. And the half of 5.5 is, I forget. No, I have it here. It's 2 3/4. So there you go. So that is our first piece. I am going to score them all, and then we'll do the next, because it's a pretty similar scoring. The next box, guys, and here's my cheat sheet. I'm going to mix and match the colors of the cardstock just to make it fun. I think that it allows it. The first one I did does not have that, and so you can do, of course, you can play with this as much as you want. This piece is in our pretty peacock, and it measures 4 3/4 by 6 5/8. And just like we did before, guys, we're going to start at 5/8, and we're going to score that. And then we are going to move to 3. Just making sure I'm doing this correctly. 3, and then 3 5/8. So you guys probably have already figured out that the side of, or the width of the little boxes is 5/8. And then we're going to move to 6. There we go. Okay. And we're going to move this, leave this here, and now we're going to bring the smallest of the pieces, and this piece measures 4 by 5 7/8, and I want to make sure that that's 5 7/8. It was 5 7/8. I was not totally sure. And we're going to do the same scoring, and it is 5/8, 2 5/8, and then we're going to add those 5/8, which gives us to 3 1/4, and then 5 1/4. And don't stress out, because like I said, all those measurements are going to be included in the description below. If it's not today, it's going to be there tomorrow. So there we go. Sorry, I forgot something. We're going to divide these on the vertical side at 2, which would be the half of 4, and we're going to do the same for the other one. That is more like for guidance, but it does help. And let me bring the other one, and we're going to score this one at 2 3/8. 2 3/8. There it goes. Okay. So let me bring this back up here. We're going to remove this. If you want to see the pin, but for whatever reason, what's going to happen next is we're going to add squares on this. It's going to take a little bit of time, guys, to do that, so I am sorry ahead of time, but yeah. So, and this is where we're going to use those layering squares, and this is not the biggest. This is the second to biggest. We're not going to use this. I have it here because these boxes are going to have a it's kind of like a screen right on it. So we're going to be using some acetate as a window, and we're going to use these, the biggest, to create those windows. I have those already cut, but I just wanted to mention that. And what we're going to do, okay, let me leave that. So it doesn't matter which side you start, or you put the windows, I guess, as long as it's in these two. So this is how the windows need to be aligned. And so that's what I'm saying, is it doesn't matter if you do it in here or if you do it in here. And I did the others pretty much eyeballing it. So wish me luck. Hopefully we have the same luck doing this, because with the other card, it did go fairly well. So all I'm doing, guys, and that's why having this line in the center, the scoring line, is important. All I'm doing, guys, is like kind of making sure that it is in the center, right? So all sides have more or less the same space in between. That's what I'm doing here. And we're going to bring the big machine, and I'm sorry, there it is. And we're going to go ahead and get those going. I did plan initially, I was like, oh, I'm just going to do have them all ready, but I think that it takes, you know, I should have had some ready and some others not, and I didn't think that through really. I figured, oh, we'll do fine, you'll be fine. What's 2 hours watching a video, huh? So so here we are. So we have the first one of these. And I'm going to put all these pieces, because you can totally use those later on. And we're going to bring this other one and do the exact same thing. Now, at this point in time, I have these two as a guided two. So, you know, I know that that will be too low, right? So I'm trying to use these as a guide as well as to where it needs to sit on one end at least. And it'll help me center it all the way, right? I'm making sure it's straight. I'm actually looking in the camera because it's easier to see that than it is from up down here. So we're gonna go ahead, do that one, and okay, there we go. It's almost there. So there you go. That's the first one, and we're going to do all of these first, and then we'll move to the next step. So let me put that one there, and we'll bring our other friend. Good thing is if I find it, that'll be great. This is the smallest one. I just find it very interesting how I throw things and then I can't find them, huh? Okay, here's the second one. It's the same concept. So we're just using the one, you know, the smaller, or the one that follows to the one we have. Whatever, you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm so sorry. So we're just using the next in line. That's kind of the set. Again, just eyeballing. I'm just going to turn it like this because it's easier to see if it's kind of really straight that way. And we're going to bring this and we're going to cut it. And again, I apologize. I should have thought this through a little bit better. But I know you guys love to watch me doing these, you know, arm exercise. So it's okay. And now I'm going to bring the other one. And like I said earlier, we'll just use these as a guideline. And if you see, I'm actually seeing at the camera because it makes it easier to see if it's more aligned or not. And I'm actually going to bring another little piece in here. I feel that I don't want to have to score this again. So, okay. Let's go ahead and we'll cut this. Just two more, guys. Two more. Okay, and we'll bring the smallest one. We're almost done on this one. And okay, I'm just making sure that all my dies are in that magnet place, because otherwise I will lose them, and I love those square dies. And okay, there's one, and here's the smallest one. So we're going to go ahead and just like we did before, we're going to add the first one. We're going to make sure that it's as centered as possible within that little box. So the small square, this is the smallest of the squares. I think it's okay. But I'm going to lift it up a little bit, guys, because it's definitely easier to see when it's like in front of me. I'm gonna take a moment to save my little pin, because that pin is probably one of the most important pieces in my craft room, because I don't know why, but my glue dries all the time. It's kind of like very using. It is, it's a third of an inch Kiwi. So Kiwi's asking what the post-it tape is, and it's a third of an inch. I have to tell you guys, I had so I have bought a long time ago some of these, you know, I want to say it, some of the cheapest ones that you can find on Amazon, right? To me, it's just, this is just a post-it thing, the post-it tape that I am using for this. It's totally indispensable. I don't need it to be the highest quality, right? And so, hold and behold, I was mistaken. It was not good quality, and so it kind of like really got stuck to the other piece, so it tore off my cardstock every so often, which of course is not ideal. And so I started using the post-it tape, and I don't know who I saw, but when I was using that, it was the thicker one. So I don't know who I saw at some point. It was using these thin ones, and I'm like, oh, that's great, right? That looks really good. Great idea. And I started using it, and to be fully honest with you, I did not love how thin it is for whatever reason. Don't ask me. I don't know why that happened, but I just did not love it. And so I decided then that to go back to buy the thicker one from the post-it one. So I have one of those, and then I finally ended up finding a super huge deal on scrapbook.com, and they have these ones, and I just bought a ton of them, like a few of them, but I barely use them because I still have some of these. I'm that person. Sometimes I'm like, I don't like that, and for whatever reason I freak out. Okay, now we're gonna bring back the trimmer, and we're gonna bring our biggest piece. And this is very important. So we're going to align these, we're going to align at 2 3/4, which was the middle. So right there where that cut is, and I'm just going to make sure this is the front. There we go. So 2 3/4, and we are going to, cut, and we're going to cut from the top all the way to, let me bring it in here because it's easier to explain, all the way to this score line that includes, or the square that includes these windows. So I'm just going to fold it a little bit so you can see it. So we're going to cut all the way from the top to this score line. It would be like 1, 2, it will be the third score line. We're going to cut all the way there. So again, we're going to align at 2 3/4, and we're going to cut all the way. Okay, and then we are going to move towards the end of the piece, and we're going to cut from the bottom to that first score line. Okay, and this is what we have, so all the way to here, and then all the way to here, and we are going to form those in a minute. We're just going to cut them all together. Now the second piece is cut differently. So this is the front, and what we're going to do, we're going to align again. Here is our middle, right? But we know that is 2 3/8. So, you know, if you're having second thoughts or whatever, there it is, 2 3/8. And what we're going to do in this case, we're going to start from the bottom. So we're going to cut all the way, so from the bottom all the way to that third is the same third score line. So we're going to go through the 2 windows, there's the second score line, and then all the way there to the third score line. And we're going to move all the way to the front, to the top, and we're going to cut just like we did before, from the top of the card to that first score line. And I'll show them here in a second so you guys can compare them and see how that works. And I keep losing, I did not lose my Oh, no, it's here, guys. I almost had a heart attack. This is the last piece, and we are going to bring it back in here, and we're going to do exactly as we did in the first one. So we are going to go, and I'm going to put it this way because it's just a little easier. We're going to align it 2, because 2 inches is the half of this one, and we're going to cut all the way. I'm just going to make sure, yes, all the way, again, from the top to that 3rd score line. And then we'll move to the bottom, and then from the bottom to that 1st score line. And sorry. Okay, so that's what we need. I'm going to leave that. We're going to let that go for 1 minute. We're going to bring our bone folder, and we're going to just fold these things. And I'm making sure, so you know that when you have those dies that have that stitch in there, they have kind of like a front and a back, right? So I'm just making sure that I'm using the right one. We are going to fold all of these. So if you have it like this is the front, it will be mountain. So all of this is going to go mountain, right? Okay, and then we're going to fold this. And we are going, we're almost done. We're almost done with this folding, is what I meant. We're not done. So go and grab yourselves a coffee while I do this. Or grab yourself some wine while I do this. So now we're going with the other one. So again, making sure this is the front and folding. This will be mountain. I know it looks like I'm doing the belly, but the truth is I should, you know, this is the front, so I just want to make sure. Let's do it this way so it's less confusing. Okay, there we go. There you go. One and the other. Okay, and one last one. Where is it? Here it is. It's our friend. So again, doing the same thing, just making sure I'm in the front of the card, and we'll do all these folding and all these scoring. Okay, and almost, guys, I'm almost done with that. Okay, so now before we put these together, I am just going to decorate this. So these are going to go this aside. I mean, I think we feel tempted to see it this way, or I do, but these are actually going horizontal. So I do have the decorations. Here they are. So let's bring, this is all the cut paper I have. I did cut a lot of paper, partially because I had not really defined what I wanted. So as you guys can see, I have here all my acetate pieces, and we're going to start adding them. So we're going to do them in order. So we just have, you know, kind of one at a time, one piece at a time. So I'm going to start with the bigger one. Here we go. And so I know that Stampin' Up! Does not have these. I do recommend, if you like these things, to have the 1/8 of an inch tear and tape. To me is one of the most useful things, guys. If you hear kind of a lot of noises, it's probably my daughter that's coming to pick up the dog because we were dog sitting, and so she went to Costa Rica to see my parents, and so of course I offered to take care of the baby dog, which is not baby, but you know, she's a cutie. So all I'm doing, guys, is adding tear and tape. I know this is a little tedious, but it is what it is, guys. I do not like to use with the acetate I don't like to really use glue. Although you won't be able to see this, I feel that it is like it glues better. Don't quote me on it, and probably it's me, but I do feel that it glues better, or adheres better, I guess is the right wording. And so I just love this one. So I do recommend that you get something like that. This does not have to be this brand, or it could be whomever brands. There's several other brands. This one I got on Amazon, of course. But I know scrapbook.com have their own, and I don't know who else has any. So just putting it out there. I don't remember who has what. But now we're going to bring one of those. So now go back to these bigger squares. I keep thinking triangles and circles. This is the big one that I showed you earlier. So this is the second of the biggest ones. And of course, what we're doing is just getting a bigger piece to cover the whole window. But it works really well when you just are able to die cut them, right? Because it just will be exactly, you don't have to really think about measurements or anything like that. So I really like the squares. Now think about it, you can probably use here also circles. I did not really think about it. I have squares, so it didn't make sense for me to like go and kind of like look for options. So whatever works best for you, right? And whatever you have available it's what really works, right? So let's see there. And you see how easy it kind of looks. It doesn't matter. Of course, it doesn't matter if there's a little cricket or whatever. Nobody's going to see that. But this is how this is going to look. And now we're going to decorate the inside. So let me remove this. Kind of going back to what I was telling you. I like the idea of having a piece where we're going to use, where we're going to stamp, and a decorated piece. I don't know, whatever, like that one, right? So I really like that idea. And then we'll just alternate. Then the next one will be white and DSP and so forth. So we're going to stamp in here. And where did I put my stamp set? Is right here. And this is going to be a happy birthday. We're going to start with a hello that is going to be in the front. You guys know how much I love a hello, but we can use Elise best wishes and happy birthday here. And we can look into some other, just maybe flowers, or maybe some of the these here where it can work. I don't know. Okay, none of them will work in there, but we'll figure it out. We'll find something to put in there. I'm just looking at this that I have here. I have another hello. Nope, not that. We'll figure out. But let's go with this one. This is a big one. And so because I don't want to make it smaller, I'm going to have the happy birthday. I don't want to have, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want to have to, and I will have to cover. Are these the pop-up double frame card? Ooh, Elizabeth, maybe? That sounds like a very fancy name. I did not find the name of it, so I don't know if that's the name of it. Don't kill me. But I know I am that person. So honestly, I don't know if that's the name. It has, like, all these boxes are going to go on top. And so when you open it, you just get the boxes popping up. And I thought that was really, really cool, to be totally honest with you. Okay, so all I did, guys, is putting some tape, some masking tape here on my stamp, and we are going to cut this in half, kind of. I forgot the word, guys. Sometimes English is not my friend, but you guys are used to it, so it's all good. Okay, so I'm just making sure. I'm actually trying to be mindful and cut in here, right? Not cut, ink just the happy, right? There's no need to ink at all. And so we're going to go ahead and let me move that there so you guys can see. What I'm trying to do here, guys, is center this as best as I can. But because it's me and it always ends up cricket, I'm just going to like cricket a little bit. I'm debating. I'm just hoping I don't move anything, guys. So let me know if something gets moved. I'm gonna go there. Ah, that's almost centered. I feel very, very, very proficient today. Let me clean that up real quick. And these, like I said earlier, these stamps are pretty old. This stamp set is pretty old. I can't remember if it's like 2 years old or 3 years old, but it is in the older side. So now what I'm doing, guys, and I mean, those are most of the people that comes to this are, you know, seasoned stampers. So all I'm doing now is covering my happy, and we are going to go ahead and ink only the birthday. And this birthday has a really nice, I mean, this stamp has a really nice separation between happy and birthday, and I really like that. So I'm standing on my feet to see if I can see this better, and hopefully we do. Almost, I mean, I will call that perfection, but you know, we don't want to brag or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here because we may use that later. I don't know. Let's go ahead and, so this is what I was telling you guys. I am not double putting 2 different papers in here or using 2 layers. I sometimes forget how to talk, just because these does get thick, and I just don't want that to happen. And so I figured, you know, we're going to save ourselves some of that, and that's how this goes. Okay, so very simple, just adding that. I think I'm going to bring one of these beautiful stickers in here. Let's see, what do I want? I think I want, sorry guys, I'm really like clumsy with this thing sometimes. I think I want these flower. It's a small sticker, but I can't just like put it on one corner. I'm gonna put it in that corner. I just think it's going to really be looking good. And the next step we're going to do is we're going to add, and I am going to bring that thicker tear and tape, or that thicker double-sided, and we're just going to add this one piece in there. It's just easier because obviously it's thicker, and instead of having to cut several pieces, right? Of course. So, okay, that is not like going well. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we have 1, and then we have 2. And if you've done these, you know, you probably know by now that probably when these things happen and these sides are the same, all you need to do is really like put like that, and then this will fold. I'm actually going to do it the other way around, so I have some maneuvering here. So this way, right, all I'm doing is, let me see, all I'm doing is folding these in this side, and we are going to just make sure this folds and it fits right there. We're going to do the same thing, folding on that. It will be what, the second score line, and then we're just aligning here and making sure it fits. Now I am going to make sure that it's mobile both sides. See what I'm saying? So there's no, this allows movement because this is part of the movement. And there you go. This is our card. I should have probably done this, but there you go. Now I am going to start gluing these because it's going to take some time for these to glue, and I want that will save us some time. So I'm going to bring both glue and tear and tape in here. Maybe. Okay. These papers, so Kiwi's asking for the name of it, and the name is, It's Everyday Happiness. In that one, kiwi belongs to the scrapbooking collection, so you'll find it in that. I know it's called different, but memory keeping collection, I think is how they call it. And so what we're going to do, we're going to glue this in here, and I want to do something. I think you have to go through to the middle of this, because what happens is once this go, you have to make sure that it's not showing up here out of the top, right? It's hiding right there. And so that's what we need to like close that. Yeah, I kind of agree with kiwi. It's still a sticker. I think I'm like well, no, I think we've had this discussion. I am a kid at heart, and yes, I do love stickers, so I cannot help it. To me, stickers are so useful, um especially for some of this. But in this case, and I'm going to say this in kiwi, in this case, like these round ones will look really good when you're like to seal like the envelope, just as a decoration for the envelope. I don't know, just ideas. Okay, so we put these where it needed to be, and now I'm going to bring some glue, and I'm going to add some glue decently, and I am just going to try to do both at the same time. I know, guys, when I do just one card, it's a little bit hard for me to practice better ways to do it. So I know you're okay with that. But so all we need to do is we're going to align this score line, which is the middle, with our center score line here in the main card base. I think it needs to go lower, so maybe if you're seeing this as the half, going a little bit lower. So I don't know, because I did not measure it. I'm doing this very on the eyeballing, but I would say that is. And before I push anything, I'm just closing to see if it works, and it did. So I am just going to go back again at it, and now I'm going to hold and hoping this sticks well. And I'm double checking just because I am that person, and there it goes. Okay, so we're going to leave these a few for it to dry, and we're going to go with the next one if I didn't lose it. And I know this is a little tedious, but we're going to do the exact same process. So I'm sorry about that, but I do have to say I like how this looks. It looks better. It looks cleaner when you use a double-sided tape and acetate. So sorry. It takes a little bit longer, but it's okay. And when you're doing your card, well, then you can just go and use whatever works best for you. Okay, there we go. So I have my two acetates there. We're just going to go real quick with this. And we'll add those. Oops. Okay, maybe not as quick as I was hoping. And then we'll decorate. And we'll do the same thing, except we're going to use different paper. I like different paper. So... And kiwi, to your point, this is probably one of the papers I like the most from the newer papers. I know, of course, I remember it was Miss Judy was here when I think last year's catalog was out, and I was like, there's just some colors I don't like. And she was the one that kept saying, well, they have to please everybody, right? And so they have to come up with things to please everybody. I was not totally in love with the papers in this collection. I do have to say I really like the celebration. One of the celebration papers I really liked. I am not too much into mushrooms, so there is a whole mushroom theme, and I'm like, right, I kind of love it. So I mean, again, those who like them, good good for them. I'm not too much into them, and so I did not get that paper. Actually, I have not even gotten the paper I liked, so there's that. Okay, so just remember, this is the front, right? And this is the back, and we're going to bring here the other spot. So I have one, and because this one has this, I can use this, or I can use this. I love having, you know, just to be able to use whatever. So I'm going to use this one here, and then I'm going to bring the best wishes, which again I love that this is working so well. Oh, well, look at how funny is that. So I don't know where these sending hugs come from. It's not from here, but it's here, so we're gonna send sending hugs too, because the best wishes one is the smallest one, so I bet it's gonna fit better in that one. See how life works, guys? It's amazing. So I'm gonna bring this one. I'm gonna use these sending hugs, very appropriate too, and just gonna try that one there. And we're gonna go, and I'm just going to go like a little like that. And I think I did not clean this very well because that looks dirtier to me. Good point. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy's reminding me that I want them to alternate, so I appreciate that. And yes, that is the whole goal, is to have the alternating. That's me. Let me bring one of these again. I really don't. I think you know that already, but I really, really am loving these things. And so I'm just going to bring this one here. And it's the same flower, but I'm going to just put it there. And we're on the other side. Moving these out. We'll get all decorated here in a second. So the group is having a discussion on the mushroom thing, and Donna is saying something. It is true. Like, it is very interesting. Donna is saying that she doesn't like mushrooms either, but I have also seen a lot of beautiful cards with the mushrooms. Very, very impressive for those, you know. Again, it's a matter of what you like best. I don't prefer them, so I am not even going to like stress about it. But if you like them, there is a whole set, including the paper from the celebration, which is free, that is pretty cute. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here, guys, just as we did before. We're just going to like fold in here and wait. So if we do that, so let me show you this. If you do it that way, you can just pull this one. If you do it the other way, then you just fold this back and fold and glue or adhere. And I like that fit better. See that this did not work very well. We'll do what I did with the other card is I forced it a little bit, so it kind of like works better. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so we're going to do the same with this one. But like I said, it's whatever works for you best, right? Okay. Okay, there we go. So that's how that's going to look. We're going to do some decorating on the outside. Don't worry. I know you probably knew that already. Oh, yes. So Adrian is saying that she looks the other side of the DSP. This is a really beautiful DSP. I have to say, I'm gluing this in the right place. Yeah. I have really enjoyed this. I think it has a lot of potential. If you're a scrapbooker, it's even better, I have to say. And now we're going to bring our card back, and this friend, this friend is going to be folded. So this was folded, let's call it valley. And this one's going to go the other way, mountain. I don't know, guys, just correct me. And I forgot not to put, we don't need, I forgot, guys, that's totally on me. We don't need the whole, all the glue all the way. Of course, nobody's going to be seeing this, but it was a good reminder. So this needs to be glued like right there. We're going to do the same idea. So these needs to be in the center. So I'm going to move, oops, I'm going to move these a tiny bit so I can make sure this is centered. So kind of the same thing. This needs to be, so the middle of these, this score line in the center needs to be aligned with these center score line. And so that one seems to be a good spot. I'm going to take off this, and we're going to push back these paper, not this paper, these tear and tape, because I made a mistake there. There you go. So this needs to go there, and we are going to bring some glue in here, and I'm just going to put it in here. Hey Nicole, good morning. How are you doing? Okay, so again, we're folding, we're putting these right there, making sure it's in the middle, and I'm holding there a tiny bit, just making, not like that. Okay, we're gonna have to hold these for a second. I'm gonna move these so you don't see my big head, but I do need to make sure this is centered. There. Okay, so I'm going to let these for 1 second. I see some glue in the back. So I'm going to let these, and we're going to let that glue. We're going to leave that there. We're going to go ahead and bring this last piece. Finally, I can hear you saying, no, I'm just kidding. That's too big. Sorry. Where are you? Where's my friend? Oh, here it is. So back again. I know it's boring. We're just 20 minutes. Well, actually, let's see. 50 minutes because I started late. It was 6:05. Almost there, guys. I'm almost there. Crap, no, I'm not. Okay, I'm so very sorry. I'm going to ask forgiveness ahead of time. Yes, I'm behind. This is a kind of a bigger card, and I should have had some of those things cut out beforehand. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, we need to do it all together so you guys can actually see what I'm doing or how it went, and then I realize how much how much longer it takes for me to do all that in camera, right? I think that when you're doing it on your own in the craft room, you're not even paying attention to time, right? And so anyways, okay, here are our last two acetates. So we're just going to go ahead and add these, and we're going to go ahead and bring the other one. Somebody remembers where that sending hugs is from? Isn't that funny that I had that one? It's an extra one. That's so funny. Kiwi. That is so funny. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, guys. Well, we'll see how it goes. Okay. That is there. Now, these are the two last options we can have. Okay, go back in here. And so the white one has to go. I'm thinking I want this one in here, and then this one. Nope, the other way around. There you go. And I'm going to bring the best wishes. Here it is. And these ones, so we have, I did Pretty Peacock, then Wild Wheat, and now I'm going to go back to Pretty Peacock. And And again, I'm just going to make this a tiny, whoops, a tiny, oh, well, it's almost straight. I was trying to make it I was trying to make it cricket, and oh, hold and behold, it's not cricket. That's what happens in my life, guys. And so there you are. I'm just going to add these one here, and we're going to go from there, guys. And this is probably my favorite piece, because it has this, I really like these flowers. They're so delicate. And again, they match really, really well with the artistically inked stamps. So that is amazing. Okay. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Okay. So we're going to do the same things we've been doing, not going backwards. So it's easier. So all I'm doing is folding and going over, and then why am I doing that for? I don't know. I don't even have nails to utilize. What am I thinking, right? And we fold over, and that works. Okay, just making sure it all folds. And you see that one is not folding very well, so I'm just forcing it. It happens. I'm not sure why, but it happens. We just need to make sure that it goes both ways. And now we bring back our card, and this one goes, oh, now this one looks up the front. So this is how this one looks. And I'm just going to close this real quick, making sure that nothing pops up on the top, right, or in the middle or anywhere. It's not. And so we're going to bring this one back up in here. There it goes. And so I'm actually going to cut this piece. I'm just going to cut 2 pieces. That was too little. I'm going to cut one, and then I'm going to bring the other one. Got it on the wrong side, of course, why not? There we go. On this back. There. So thank you, Kiwi. It says, is that best wishes? Oh, I don't know. I don't think so, because that, like, isn't most of the paper pumpkin kits in not acetate, in the polymer? I don't know. Okay, so I'm putting a good chunk of glue in here. We're folding, remember, so these two are fold on the same way. I'm gonna say this is, to me, this is valley, and the other side is mountain. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm gonna bring this back down here, guys. Sorry about that, but I really need to be able to see that this is, whoops, aligning. There it goes. And as you can tell, having the camera helps in here. That's moving a lot. There we go. So I'm just making sure it all stays in there. And let me show you how it looks. I don't want to, just kidding, guys, just kidding. We're going to leave these in peace until it dries. I'm just aligning these as best as I can with the center. And I can't move this up so you can see, but I am doing this utilizing the up top camera, so I can sort of see that it's aligned, or fairly well aligned. But that's one of the advantages of using the glue, right? Like, you can sort of see. I'm going to let this dry, and we're going to start working on our belly band real quick. Okay, so I have 2 pieces. We're going to work on these later separately, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And we're going to, this is, I'm sorry guys, this is 1.5 by 11 inches. Again, this is a 6 by 6, so I needed some extra help. I'm going to come here and score at 3, and then 3 1/8. I want to, let me look at my instructions that are somewhere. yes, 3 and 3 and 1/8. So let me go. 3 and 1/8 is there, and then we're going to move to, sorry, 9, 9 and a quarter. So all the way to 9 and a quarter, and 9 and 3/8. Okay, so we're just scoring that, and then what I am doing, guys, is I am going to fold these real quick, bring our bone folder, and okay, almost, there goes, and let's go with the other one. So if you're as good as I am at math, you're I'm not, but you're pretty sure that you know that this is not going to work, right? So what I did is I just cut a piece. This is a same 1.5 by 4. And why 4? Because that way I don't have to like really think, oh my god, it's missing, it's not missing. I don't know if it's missing. I don't have a problem with it. And so that is, you know, the gist of my decision. I'm just going to bring a couple of pieces here of tear and tape, and the same here, right? And we're just going to add that last piece to this, and that's how our we're making this extended, what is it, this extended belly band. We're just going to put something in it, so it's going to be totally fine, I think. And something, I guess we're just going to put something in the front, and that will be covering our makeshift, and I think it'll be beautiful. Okay, so again, I'm just closing these just like that, and I'm adding one piece in there. There you go. I just like it simple. And then there's this piece. There we go. I think that one is, there is like a little piece out. I don't know. Let's see if it glues. Once it's glued, we are going to check if it pops up in the wrong places. And we're going to do the exact same thing. This is 11, it's actually 12 inches, and this is 1 3/8. And we are just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add some goody glue here, so I don't have to think much about this, to be honest. And then, whoops, sorry, I'm making a mess there. Now I'm just guiding these, right? So it just folds with the belly band. And there it goes. Now, again, I'm not even worried about this, because at this point in time, I know that I'm going to have this big piece in here that is going to be covering all that. So I just want to make sure that this is all well glued. And for some reason, it didn't glue very well there. There it is. Okay, so that is our belly band. I'm gonna wait for that to really dry, guys, because I just don't want to make it. I just want to make sure that it does not fall over. And then we're going to bring our nice 2 pieces. I forgot, these are the decal circles. I always use the decal circles. Probably one of the best things you can do to buy, right? And so I'm just going to bring our hello. I'm just wondering if there's anything in here, but I'm just going to bring my hello there. And we're going to use raw wheat. And before I go too crazy, okay, I did go crazy cutting this a lot. I did cut a lot. Let me put this out of the way before I make a mistake. I cut a lot, partially because I thought I'm going to have them ready and add them in a bag and just add them to the paper, because it just works so well, right? And so I obviously went a little crazy there. So I'm planning to use those leaves in here, some of that. And yes, I cut several. So I cut some in Lost Lagoon, some in Pretty Peacock, and some in Wild Wheat, and also some in Pecan Pie, which is somewhere here, because I think this will help to create some of that like contrast. And yeah, I got really excited here. I don't know if I'm going to be using this one, but I'm for sure going to be using that one. And I think that what I want is this flower. And that's why I stopped, because I just don't know where I want my hello, right? So I think my hello is going to go in there. And then, so we have these. This is supposed to be the middle of the flower, I think. And so just because I want, of course, some contrast, I'm looking for another color. None of them shows up. Then I may use that one just for fun. And then we'll decorate alongside. So now that I've more or less an idea of where I want these to go, I'm going to bring my thing there, and I'm just bringing my hello on top of there, and now we have that ready. Let's take this out. Okay, I'm just wondering if I want that one or if I want a... Sorry guys, I do have a lot. I cut several of them. Maybe this one looks better. That one looks definitely better. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our circle first. That is really interesting. So Nicole is giving us some ideas of decorations for a toadstool. That's interesting. Toadstool? Yeah, I'm reading that correctly. That is really cool. And I really like, I really do like when you have options to utilize, right? So I am thinking where I want this, and I want that one there, and I want one in there. So one of these like that, and this big one in the middle, and then we'll bring that one in there. And where's my, oh, here's, and then these in here, because I really like that. And so I really think that this is going to look beautiful up here. See, like it really decorates, and that's why I really wanted the kind of the white background for this. So let's go ahead and start adding these elements. I'm making sure that I'm putting the glue on the right side. I'm pushing these out a bit, out of the circle, not center, not within the circle, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I'm pushing this one too a little bit further. There's a little bit of glue there, almost a lot, it looks like. But there we go. I think that will do. Because that way we can pop up this one. So let's bring this one first. And these guys, that's when nothing happened, guys. This tool, this glue tool, is really good, I have to say. It has that little opening and it works really well. But truthfully, I've seen many people just using the regular one. So okay, I'm putting this towards the top, and that is mainly so it doesn't go off the sides. Okay, I'm not sure why this is not gluing. I did put some glue, maybe I did not. There we go. And now I'm going to bring some dimensionals. They're here. These are all from Paper Pumpkin Kit dimensionals, and I just saved them all, and I know you know, guys, it's the easiest way to kind of have these things and work through. I think we can put some, I'm just going to put, let's see, this one goes in here. So one here, that stabilizes it. Because there's an area that I shouldn't put, and so I just want to make sure that we are, yep. And we're going to bring the glue Okay, so I'm just gonna put that one there. Now I do have, maybe, yeah, here they are. So I do have some other of these, and I'm wanting to put some, not on this side because this is just beautiful as it is, but I am just wondering if I want to put one in here or one, maybe there. There you go. It kind of got there and got stuck, so fine, that's where it goes. And now this is going to go in here. So let's go ahead and add glue to the middle of this. And just so there's not a whole lot of mess, which I always manage to do. I'm centering this as best as I can in here. Okay, there we go. So let's go back to the card here for a minute. Wow. So there you go. There's the card. And when you open it, then boom, it opens like that. And boom, and just like that. And it stays open. And then you can do it like this, and there it goes. I know it looks really weird this way. This is still not glued, totally glued. So that is a bummer. There it goes. Okay, I'm just moving this a tiny bit. Sorry guys, I knew that was going to be part of our issue. It's gluing this, so making sure it's glued all the way. And so what I am seeing, you guys, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's hard. This is not totally centered. I don't know if you can tell. So we'll need to unglue this a little bit. Like, it works. Don't get me wrong. See how it works. It works perfectly okay. But we're going to have to glue this. 6 by 6, Dawn. It ends up being 6 by 6. So Dawn is asking, what's the size? Oh, thank you, Carrie. I think it's a really cool card, and it has a lot of options for decorating, right? So, okay. There it goes. So we're going to give that a couple more minutes to dry. And I want to bring, again, some of the stickers, because they have these beautiful, I kind of, I forget their names, but I really like them. And so I'm just going to add them in here, because they work beautifully and seamlessly, to be honest, with this option. And I'm just going to like add one at the top there. So this is aligned with the wild weed, so they're not on the same height. It's very minimum, but it is. And then I'm going to bring this one, and I'm moving this one on this side because I really want if I put it this is going to be too much within the side. So, and I'm aligning this also to the side, to the wild weed, sorry. So it's a minimal, but there's a little bit movement. Oh, hi Renee, how are you? I am glad you like it. Okay, so I'm hoping these is not gluing yet. Okay, we'll give it a couple more minutes so it dries completely. And I really like these, right? So I love these ones. These are bigger, but enjoying the moment is gorgeous. And I want to put it in here, or maybe not. I don't know, guys. I just really like these colors. There is no other way to say this. I love these colors. What I think I'm going to do, though, I am thinking that I would like a strip of color in here. So let's, don't I have one? Let's just grab a piece. We're gonna grab just a piece. And when I say a strip, I mean like, okay, I'm cutting, guys, sorry. Probably like, yeah, like 3/4. So all I'm cutting is 3/4 by 5 1/4. 3, no, by 5 7/8. And so I'm putting back in here. It's just a little bit of color, a pop-up of color in there. And we are going to add glue to these. Oops. Okay, this is backwards. Don't do that, guys. Let's see. Okay, and now, I mean, goes back to all the stuff that I cut and that I have in here that we are able to use if this dries. So this is not dry yet. So there's that, guys. There's that. There's that. But like I showed you, I have a lot of these. So I was thinking, for example, that we can bring this one in here, like on top. This one has some yellow on it. Just saying. So I can bring this one in here, right, like a decoration, and then we can bring maybe that like that, and then that one in the middle. So that would be our decoration for this side. And then we can do over here. I was looking for the smaller ones. So okay, guys, sorry, I need to focus on this drying. This is very annoying, but otherwise it doesn't seem like it's going to dry. Holding, holding, holding. That's the one of the bad things about using glue, right? So let's focus on these for a minute. We're going to add some of this in here. Some glue. And this one there. Ah, Maria. Don't pay attention to my mess, because why wouldn't I make a mess? Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, and so that is a good point. So Tracy is saying that you can see that for like grandparents with grandchildren and pictures of them. I totally agree with you. Like, I do love that idea too. So yeah, that is definitely a good point. So I'm going to start adding details to the card in here. I know you can't see. I'm just hoping this dries sooner rather than later. But we are going to have some decorations in here. So I have all my little details in here, my little flowers. And so what I am bringing, so I cut a lot of them. So I'm just bringing a few of these smaller flowers that stamp set has. And I'm just adding them to the acetate, so we have a nice background, but at the same time we have some you know, something on the front to make it colorful. And I'm missing one. There we go. They're all so similar, and some of them are backwards. So all I'm doing, all this time I'm wasting, is trying to put them back up and looking for the right color, which of course I know I have. There it is. I know I have a brown one. So we're going to bring the brown one. Sorry, guys. Oh, yes. So Donna is saying that she got this DSP and that she loves the teals and the golds. Yeah, I think it's a really gorgeous combination. I'm telling you, like, I have not bought a lot of the wait, sorry guys, I'm looking for my stickers, which are all on the other way. I have not gotten a lot of the scrapbooking stuff, but these, oh goodness, these are so good. So this one says a special day, and so I'm just going to put it here right next to this, and it's just going to look pretty seamlessly. Okay, let me see. There, that's where I want it. Let me bring, I don't even know where my Take your pick is at this point in time. Okay, there it is. So that's a beautiful sticker. It just says a special day. And so since this is all birthday related stuff, this works really well for that. And then I'm just going to bring, so I'm going to bring this one in here. So I'm just going to add some of these randomly. How many do I have? I have like 3. Well, including the hearts, I guess. So I'm going to add one in here. I'm struggling, guys. Maybe one there. And then one like there. So we're just adding all these flowers. So these are just decorative elements in the card. And so I really like this sticker. And so I'm just going to put it, and I'll show it to you here in a minute when it's all glued. Okay. And then the last one I want to add is this one. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this one and this one I'm going to put here on the top one on the corner. And then we'll decorate more, but let me show you how it looks. So I think it's finally getting glued all together. Now I have some of those smaller pieces, smaller flowers, and so I'm going to bring some of them as decorations too, because I think it really makes a difference. And so let's go ahead and add some of them. I bring this one here, and all I'm doing is decorating, guys. I don't want to put it on the front because I know it will kind of like get all messed up, but you're gonna see the end result. Okay, there it goes. It kind of fell off. And there's one other one in there. And so the other thing I want to do is bring, so we have hearts in here, so I'm just going to bring one heart right there. And then there's another heart, and we're going to use the heart right here. Right there. Okay, so you have like some decorations here, some bigger decorations there, and I just think it really works good. So I'm bringing some of these other colors, some of these other flowers, and then finally I'm going to decorate the other frame. So give me 1 second and I'll show you how this looks. Uh-oh. Sorry guys. It is craziness because somebody came into the house. You guys know whenever somebody comes, then the dogs get all overexcited. And Juno is pretty good at overexcitement. So I'm just saying. Okay. So let me move this in here so you guys can see. So that's how this looks, and it looks really, really cute. It looks like it's finally well glued. So let's go ahead and close it. So it closed, nobody's showing, so that's good news. And like I was telling you, it's super thick, right? See, it's really, really thick. And so obviously because you have so much cardstock, which reminds me that I was thinking that you can probably use the paper, that scrapbooking paper, because then you will not have that much. See, still rebellious, guys, still rebellious. Let's move. Okay, we'll get that glued on. That's so cute. So anyway, so this is where it goes, and now we'll bring this, and that is how this is going to end up looking. Almost. There it goes. So it looks really, really beautiful, I think. And then you have that wonderful surprise on the inside. We do have, and again, these are older, of course, I think they are already retired. But these are the petal pink and pretty peacock foiled ones. And I think they just work so well with this card that I am going to, first of all, I'm going to close this, guys. And then, there you go. And then we're going to bring and pop a couple of these around. And you can use as many as you want, right? Again, this just works really well because it has that pretty peacock. I wanted that one there. And it also has, I guess that goes right there, right? Some gold, which kind of matches our wild wheat, right? And I'm going to bring a couple of these like in there, inside, or through the leaves, so they just look, so there's a pop of interest around. Maybe right there. Oops, there it goes. Okay, so that is our card today. Okay, let me, thank you guys, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you guys like it. And then this goes, and this one is not totally glued, but it works. So I'm gonna open this up, leave it there, and I'm gonna bring the other one I made. So this is my practice one, and it is a combination of Christmas ones. Thank you, Tracy. And it has like a combination of everything, right? This is a really old paper. This one is, and this was last year's, I think, I want to say, maybe the year before. And this is, so see, it really works. It really works. And so this is super, super cute, right? Look at that. So, and it stands up. So what you do need, this one has an extra thing there for, a gift card. What you do need to tell people is that they need to open this a little bit, right? Because when it's been folded a lot, then I don't know if you can't see it there. You can see it like that. The squares kind of like, the boxes kind of like get a little wrinkle, not wrinkle, moved in. I don't know how you say it, but it kind of follows the pattern, right? And so, but if you do this a little bit, if you just tell them to do that, then it will stand perfectly. And then you'll have like this beautiful setting. So this is very cute. I really like this one. And that's kind of what I was telling you about. So this is just cutouts from paper, right? And I just think that it works really, really well to have cutouts from paper, which is why I love the scrapbooking stuff. So there's one. This one hopefully will eventually dry. I don't know, maybe hoping this year. So that one that I just showed you has the boxes in the same color. I just wanted these to be different, just to pop on, have some pop of color, and that's how it looks. And I really like this. It just looks so beautiful. So, oh, thank you, Kiwi. Oh, Renee, right? Like I remember seeing that paper, and I was just starting as a demonstrator. So that's like almost 4 years ago. And I was like, oh, I love that one, right? I just love it. So that paper. So anyways, it's just beautiful. So I'm hoping that dries. I'm going to let it be for 1 second. But there you go. Just super cute, really cute cards. I will add all those measurements down below. It's very simple. The measurements, once you do it, initially it will work well. I would recommend, as I have many times, to just work on a template. That will save you some headaches. Obviously, I was fussy cutting pieces for the other card. And so I just think, again, this is probably one of my favorite colors, color combinations. And I just think it works so beautiful. So there you go. This keeps moving a little bit there. And I'm just wondering if I needed to do more pushing that way. But all in all, that's how it works. Oh, Kiwi, the Christmas paper, yeah, that was, goodness, I want to say. So I started in 21, and that was that year's. So that year's mini catalog. So I just love it, guys. I there's things they do really good job about cutesy Christmases, and so they always get me there. By the way, we all know that. So, anyways, okay, guys. Thank you so much. I was not kidding about a couple of hours. I am so sorry it took this long. Um, I was not planning on it, honestly, but it happens. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. I am so glad you guys like it. Um, what else? Well, let me know if you need anything. Down below are the will be the measurements. If I don't have them all today, then I'll have them tomorrow. But I am so glad you guys were here. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you next Tuesday, and hoping everybody has a wonderful rest of your evening or a wonderful rest of your week if you're watching the replay. Just real quick, if you have a recommendation about streaming software, please send it my way. I would appreciate that. That's the first one. And the second thing is, if you like the video, please like it. And if you like, the whole channel, please subscribe. You know how much that helps. Also, if you don't mind sharing in your social media, that helps me a lot. So all those requests, sending lots of love. May God bless you all. And again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of